Hello and welcome back to our Pick'em pod. We have a few updates as we get started here today. Just overall record update. Yours truly went 7-9 last week. Mr. Walker across from me here or beside me, 9-7. Our illustrious guest, Mr. Howard, who had been on a heater, got brought back to reality, going 3-13 this week. And we actually had a newbie submit their picks, went a staggering 13-3. We'll update you on them in the future. We're not going to always do everybody's picks, but maybe there was some beginner's luck for Howard as well. But the coin went an even 8-8 for the second time this year. Overall records in first place, Howard still holds the lead, 34, 29-1. Then we have a tie between Walker and the coin, 33.
Coming back on the coin, baby. Let's go.
33, 30-1. And then in last place, myself, 30, 33-1, all kind of getting near that 500 range that we are striving for. If you bet 500, you can be a good gambler. You didn't win or lose, but you had a good time. Walker, how you doing? How you feeling? Where you at today, buddy?
Feeling pretty good. I put together two pretty decent weeks back to back. Both of them over 500, so hey, that's a win in my book. Was disappointed my lock was wrong last week, or my like survivor type lock. But so that was a little upsetting, but hey, is what it is.
Yeah, you and Howard both lost your locks last week, as I got mine correct. As we all now are 2-2 in our lock picks. So, two losses won't kill us. Hopefully, we'll be better as the year goes on. And yeah, you were quoted saying this week was the easiest and quickest you felt about the pick. So, what's your confidence level, 1 through 4? Where you at?
I'm at 4.
Okay.
I might go. Hey, everybody's been going 13-3 as the top. I'm going. Well, can't do that this week. We're missing 4 games, so that's 12 games. So I'm gonna go 10-2.
That was some interesting math you just did there. There's 4 teams missing, which means we're missing 2 games. So,
Oh, fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a math pod. Not a math pod. Also, to clarify for those
12-2 it is.
the Texas hat with the light, it looks a little too light orange. Not Tennessee. Not a volunteer fan. But I did volunteer to do this pod, and that's how we're going to get started. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Again, thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. Last week's numbers went up just a little bit. Keep sharing. We're getting more views on YouTube than Spotify now than we were early on. Maybe you want to see our faces. Maybe you want to see how stupid we are. Either way, we appreciate it, and let's get into this. Thursday night football, real matchup of the Titans here. Not the Tennessee ones, but the Chicago Bears against the Washington football team, as most people call them, the Commanders. Washington at home in one of the worst fields in all of the entire world. 6.5-point favorites. Walker, who you got?
I rode with the Commanders in this one. Just Chicago's going to find a way to Chicago, and Commanders actually looked pretty feisty last week, so I'm hoping they can ride that into this week and make that a correct pick for me.
Yes. So, to clarify, this matchup is between the Bears, who are one of the 4 teams I've not missed on so far. We'll let you know when we get those teams. I've been on the right side of them every week. I just feel like I've had a good feel for them. And Washington played the Eagles really close this week, even went to overtime. Saw some good things. They adjusted their offense a little bit. The fact they're only 6.5-point favorites, I feel like they're almost like, hey, you're not going to bet against them, are you? And I am. I'm going with the Bears.
Ooh.
And the coin agrees with you. Are you marking this?
I can.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Next matchup, we have Jacksonville facing Buffalo. Jags looked decent. This game is in London again. They're technically the away team, even though they stayed there. Whatever. Bills, 5.5-point home London favorites. Looked great this past week against the Dolphins. I'll go first on this one. I'm going against what they want you to do. They want you to take the Jags here. I'm going with the Bills. I think they show their dominance yet again.
I actually rode with you. I went Bills as well. I know Jacksonville's a London team, and I was telling y'all last week to ride with them, but Buffalo's just too good.
Yeah, both of our Super Bowl picks as well, and they're starting to play like it. Calvin Ridley, don't listen to his player props from last week, guys. And the coin agrees with us. All right.
They're on a home heater streak.
Yes. Next matchup. This is where I think we all start going different. We have Houston going to Atlanta. Houston looks like a team that legitimately could compete and play in that division. I mean, why not? Facing Atlanta, who also looks like they could compete in their division, but not for the same reasons. Atlanta is a 2-point favorite at home to the incoming CJ Stroud Houston Texans.
Yeah, with this one, I'm riding with the Stroud boys. Give me Houston, baby.
Okay, for some reason I thought you might go Atlanta. Seemed too obvious. Yeah, I went Houston as well. Not my lock of the week, but it was in contention. And the coin agrees with us.
I was in contention on that one too, but not my lock.
Falcons defense pretty good. Little quarterback controversy there. But moving on, speaking of bad quarterback play, the Carolina Panthers are going to Detroit, where the Lions are really starting to show that they can be a team. I foolishly bet against them last week, thinking they'd cool off, but they are 9-point favorites to the Panthers. And if I was to guess, I would guess you went with them, but I'll pick this one first. I'm actually going with the Panthers in just a weird, no reason they should be in this game, no reason it should be within 9. That's exactly what I'm picking
them. Carolina is one of the teams that I have also betted on the right side of.
Me as well.
Each time I think you have as well. And I rode with Carolina. They've been in basically every game, and it's Detroit. They find a way a lot of times just to let teams that shouldn't be in a game be in a game. And with a 9-point spread, they can still win, but Carolina's going to be with that 9-point spread.
Okay, I will like to say the coin picked Detroit, but we have a fumble.
First time the coin went against me.
Yes, and we have a fumble on the play with the coin. I will try to find this. This is great podcasting. All right. I have a. All right, I'll just use. Yeah. All right. Anyways, all right. Sorry for that little delay. Next game is a pick'em, straight up pick'em. Tennessee, Indianapolis. Very well could decide the fate of these teams' futures. The Colts fall behind 23, match it up even. Rams end up with the win. The Colts, I don't think are necessarily going to win right now, but good young quarterback. Richardson looks electric. Titans do what the Titans always do. As soon as you start to actually doubt them, they say, hey, don't doubt us. Did you doubt them this week?
Another one of those teams that I also have been on the right side of each time is the Colts.
Okay.
And I rode with the Colts.
Really?
I like the way they end it, and I don't know if this is true. I mean, we're going to need one of our fact checkers out there to check me on it, but I feel like anytime Tennessee comes out and makes a statement like that game-wise, they struggle the next game. And maybe I'm wrong about it.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I got a little behind there. We have. Well, buddy, you want the good news or bad news?
Bad news first.
Bad news, the coin went against you. Good news is I went with you. I went with the Colts as well. Coin goes Titans. All right.
God, so what? We only have one different? Yeah. Chicago, Washington.
I don't like this so far. The New York Giants, who look like they are exactly what we thought. If there's one thing I'm proud of in our preseason predictions so far, we both said they'd finish last in the division and have just a fall off of fall offs. However, people are forgetting how important Saquon is and was to this team. He has not been playing. It shouldn't make Daniel Jones look like he has no idea what he's doing. Just a hilarious little soundbite. They asked Brian Dable what he wanted from Daniel Jones when he threw that pick six in the end zone. He said, well, obviously not to throw a pick six. I don't know. I kind of like Dable. Anyways, Dolphins, 11-point favorites versus the Giants.
You want me to go first?
No, I'll go first. Fins up.
Yeah. I know when it's a big spread like this,
serious?
You're supposed to go with the underdog. So I decided I would go with the Dolphins. Yeah, I mean they did not look good last week, so I'm expecting a big bounce back. They're going to be motivated, pissed off, and they're going to take it to the Giants.
Yeah, Dolphins look like they have an easy next 2 games before they go to Philly, and I think they get back right here. 11 is a lot though. Okay,
Yeah.
Saints with a very underwhelming performance.
What did the coin go with?
Oh, sorry, Dolphins.
Oh, coin rode with us. Okay.
Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, sorry, I really just got my head there. Saints going to New England. For some reason, Derek Carr played and couldn't hardly push the ball down the field. I think Olave had like 1 catch. I guess the Saints just want to burn that tape, but the Patriots also want to burn their tape and possibly their quarterback as well. Saints going into New England, 1.5 point dogs. New England is favored 1.5 points. Who you got, Walker?
Saints, another team that I've been on the right side of their spread with, and
Okay.
this week I rode with the Saints. Yeah, I think they have a nice get right game here, and New England's going to find a way to New England.
I will say this: if you guys do believe in us, and you believe that we believe in the things that we believe in, and basically what I'm saying is, if you think that we're really good at certain things, go with us on this game because I've not been wrong about the Patriots all year, and I also went with the Saints. So we both are locked in with both sides of this, and both going with the Saints. The coin is telling us, as it was tails, and it's going with the Patriots.
Ooh.
So that
So
game
the home
is
teams are
huge for us.
tails. Interesting.
All right. Baltimore, 3.5 point favorites going into Pittsburgh. These teams look like they're heading in opposite directions after last week. Tomlin said there's going to be changes. Will there be enough changes to beat Baltimore or cover the spread of 3.5? No, there will not be. Lamar Jackson shows out, tells TJ Watt, get out of here. He's too fast. Ravens win. I want to alternate line this to like 5.5, to be honest with you. But I want a little credit. I guaranteed a victory last week of Ravens versus Cleveland. I know Deshaun didn't play, but it didn't matter. If you saw they were doing whatever they wanted, show me my respect. Ravens.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Ravens as well this week.
And the coin is with us.
Okay.
Next matchup, Philadelphia, who did not cover, gave up a late touchdown and then didn't score a touchdown in overtime, kicked the field goal to not cover. 4.5 point favorites against the Rams, who blew a 23-point lead, but also still won the game. Both teams can score, both teams can throw. These teams have different expectations, I would think, but Eagles 4.5 point favorites on the road. You know I'm going with the Birds. No chance I'm going against my boys.
Yeah, I rode with the Birds as well. Just give it to me all day.
Okay. The coin agrees with us. Yes.
Ooh, coin is in agreement with us a lot this week.
Yes. I only have one more team I've been right about, so I got to make sure I remind you. Okay. Yeah, we've been in agreement a lot also. I'm just realizing, like, every time we're together.
We only have one difference so far.
Oh, God. If you don't believe in us, say it every pick except the Saints. I might change that to my lock. I can't. I already picked them. They lost. Oh, God. Wait.
You ain't picked the Saints, have you?
Yeah, I've been right about the Patriots every time. You've been right about the Saints. I was going to say how.
Yeah.
All right, recalibrating. The Cincinnati Burros, 3-point favorites against the Cardinals. Zach Ertz drops a touchdown, perfectly placed pass. Cardinals should have just covered. They would have been 4-0 against the spread. Instead, they're not, and the Bengals are reeling, but still 3-point favorites against the Cardinals. But I'm sticking with the motto, the Cards cover. I'm going with the Cardinals in this one.
I also actually went with the Cardinals. Yeah. Bro, he doesn't look healthy. They need to rest him up because they got some games coming up here soon that they need him at full strength for. This might be a game, rest him, let a backup play.
I don't know.
They can't do no worse. Yeah, this could be a game they injure him. They like the headhunt.
I told you the Bengals are 3-point favorites against the Cardinals. They're already factoring that in. The coin did go with us as well. This is getting ridiculous. All right.
What's the point of having this pod?
Yeah, it's just like I should have just done it myself. Jets versus Denver. Jets, a heartbreaking loss. Lots of controversial officiating that one, as well as Zach Wilson just dropping the ball literally and figuratively. But he looked better. Got the narrative back on his side with the really awkward Rodney Harrison interview where he just was asking Chris Jones about how trash Zach Wilson was. Weird stuff going on. But anyways, Denver is somehow favored. I guess the Jets lose a heartbreaking loss late at night and have to travel to Denver. I don't really get this one. I thought at worst it'd be a pick 'em, but yeah, you can tell what side I'm on. Give me the Jets. I don't feel good about it at all, but their defense is legit, and the Broncos are literally terrible. Give me the Jets as well as it's my lock.
What the freak, dude? I went Jets as well, and it's my lock. As soon as I saw that line, I was like, I would have for sure thought it was on the Jets side. Like, I don't know. So as soon as I thought that, I was like, yeah, that's my lock. If I'm disagreeing with what I thought the spread should be, I gotta lock it in.
Same logic as well. I also the coin went Denver. Let me check real quick just to see what Howard went. Okay, Howard went Jets. I was going to say last week when y'all agreed on the lock and I went different, y'all were both wrong. So thankfully he's with us, Howard. I'll read his picks at the very end. All right, Kansas City going to Minnesota. Kansas City. Mahomes probably played the worst he has in a couple of years. I don't know if it was the Jets defense or just him being bad or, that girl singer person in the stands. But they're 5-point favorites against Minnesota, who their defense played okay, or the Panthers stink. I don't know what is going on there either. But I think there's going to be points in this one. I like the over, but I went with Kansas City as 5-point favorites on the road.
And we have a disagreement again.
Finally.
I rode with Minnesota. 5-point spread, I think it's big enough for it to be a shootout and Minnesota to hang in it and KC sneak out a win on a late field goal. But that's two different so far with two more to go.
The coin agrees with me, and my basic logic for this is just when the Chiefs look really bad, they usually bounce back to look really good.
Yeah.
They looked awful. Or at least Mahomes did. Okay. Dallas going to San Francisco. By far, game of the week. Two NFC contenders. Dallas trying to stay on pace for first seed in the NFC as well as first seed in their division. San Francisco, one of the only two undefeated teams with the Eagles in the entire NFL, which is kind of crazy. But this game is set up to, I think, personally show where these teams actually are. They've both beat up on some pretty bad teams. Cowboys lost to the Cardinals. 49ers covered against the Cardinals. I mean, to be honest with you, this is a big game, I think, for narrative's sake of both these teams. I'll let you go first on this one. San Francisco 4-point favorites at home. Sunday night football.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it. Both these teams haven't played anybody yet. And with that being said, Cowboys lost to one of the same teams that they both played. So with that, I rode with the 49ers. I just think they're just a better team, like on paper and in real life. So give me the 49ers.
Okay. I really thought you were going the other way. I almost went the other way on this one. But Dallas is the last team that I've been completely on all year. There's 4 teams I've not missed, and they're one of them. And I went with the 49ers. I have such little confidence in this pick. I think, and I want this on the record, I know I'm picking the 49ers, and I'm not trying to hedge here. I think there's a chance the Cowboys blow them out. I think Brock Purdy could get frazzled by their defense. Whatever you think about Dak and the Cowboys have a good defense. I think Brock has missed a lot of throws, and the Cowboys make him pay. But there's also a chance they just can't stop the 49ers and can't score. So that's what I'm going with. I hope.
Well, I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. Some people think it's going to be high scoring. I think it's going to be low scoring. It's going to be a battle of the defenses. And it's just going to be a battle of which offense can produce just enough scores to win. And with that being said, what you said with basically Purdy getting frazzled, I think Dak gets frazzled by that 49er defense.
Yeah, well, I like these teams matching up, and the 49ers usually beat them. So I kind of like that as well. I think for the Cowboys' sake, I don't know why they some reason want to drop Micah Parsons in games like this in the past back into coverage with Kittle or whatever, but just let him go after Purdy.
Yeah.
I don't really care. All right. God,
They might put a tight end on him.
we've only disagreed twice.
Yeah.
All right. This next game, I almost.
What did the coin go?
Huh?
What did the coin go?
Oh, Dallas. Sorry.
Oh,
That's what I was
okay.
looking at whenever I saw it because, yeah. Sorry, I'm a little off with that. This next one, I almost made my lock. But I did a little schedule looking, and I'm gonna save this. But Green Bay heading into Las Vegas, 2-point favorites. I'm going with Green Bay. Looked like they were going to get the crap beat out of them against Detroit. Fought back a little. Love has a bad interception, like the 5-yard line. I think Green Bay's a good team. They're just not like they're a maybe playoff team. Las Vegas is not a playoff team at all. They fought back as well, but I think the Chargers just don't like putting teams away. I don't know who's playing quarterback for Las Vegas, but I know that they're not winning this game.
Yeah, I also went Green Bay, and I don't think it'll be a close game. I almost put it as my lock as well. But kind of like with what you said, I think there's a chance I can pick Green Bay later down the road.
Yeah, and the coin went Las Vegas. So I will say I think the coin disagreed a decent amount. We did not disagree much at all.
We only disagreed twice: Washington and Chicago, and Kansas City, Minnesota.
So I'm guessing we're going to probably split those. All right, you are ahead in the standing, so I need to get both of those right to try to get within a game of you. Anything you want to say before I read off Howard's picks and locks? Howard was upset. Got a message from him. I don't know if you wanted me to read this out loud, but he basically said we cursed him, we doxed him, we all these things, and he's mad about this and that. But he's looking to bounce back. But I'll say this: it's gambling. It happens. He still is +5 overall. But yeah,
one ahead of me. Must be nice.
3-13 is pretty terrible.
It's a tough week to bounce back from. Like, you know how much he's probably like doubting. Like, he's probably gonna overthink some picks here. He might be lucky to go 500. I got a 7-9 week for him this week.
The dangerous thing with gambling.
Never mind.
Team burns you.
My bad.
Yeah,
6-8.
I was gonna ignore it. The thing that is dangerous with gambling, as everyone knows. I mean, again, we're not gambling. This is preparation. But he had 13 teams frost him last week. Like, you know, it's hard to gain trust back. It's hard to gain trust back. Kansas City lost a lot of people's betting trust with that bullcrap Mahomes slide at the end. It's the right football play, but that was ridiculous. All right. Okay. Washington, 6.5. Jacksonville, Houston, Carolina, Tennessee, Miami, 11.5. New Orleans, Baltimore, 3.5. Philly, 4.5. Cincinnati, 3. New York Jets, Kansas City, 5. San Francisco, 4. And Las Vegas. I said the favorites with their spread, and his lock of the week is Carolina, +9 at Detroit. That is NFL Week 5 Pick'em. Walker, take us out of here with a final quote saying, or whatever you want the people to know.
I have 5 different than Howard this week.
All right, Howard. 5 different than you, buddy. We'll update you all on that in the future. But what do you want to end with? Any positive vibes? Any good things you want to say? Should the people trail us, fade us, follow us? What do we want?
Ride with me this week. I'm telling you. Going 12-2.
Okay. I don't know how that math works, but I think I would at worst go 10-4 then.
Yeah, worst 10-4.
All right.
Hey,
ride with him.
Best case, you go 14-0. Maybe they should ride with you.
Let's make a bet. If either of us ever have a perfect week, it is like a significant bet. Drop a comment. Leave us know what we should bet. And also, not just in general, leave us a bet. We are going to make a bet on our overall records of the year. We've not done that yet. About the quarterway. Let us know what we should.
We're all kind of back even now. You're the one behind, so I guess you'll get to say in if you think a bet's okay or not.
We're even. 3 games is
done. So you like spotting us 3 and 4 games, okay?
Well, no, it's just like we're all close enough that I don't feel.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, let us know what we want to bet, but we're going to keep it under 25 minutes. Thanks. Appreciate it. Share it, like it, subscribe to it. If you guys don't like something or like something, let us know. See ya.
Deuces.